Jules Verne by Kate H.B.H. Jules Verne was a very famous science fiction author who wrote at least 200 books. Jules had an interesting past, and he wasn't just an author. He was an inventor, he wrote many playwrights, and he even wrote poetry. Jules Verne was born on February 8, 1828. He was born on a small artificial island very close to Nantes, France. And at the age of 6, Jules was sent to boarding school in Nantes, France. Jules Verne became a lawyer to please his father's strong requests. He passed his first year of law exams, although he went back to Nantes to receive help from his father on his second year of exams. One is required to take exams in Paris, France. To pursue his dreams, Jules Verne became a science fiction novel writer. He was going to get married to Rose Hermione Arnaud d'Osserty, but her parents did not like how Jules Verne was younger than her, so they did not get married to each other. Jules Verne had dreamed of at least 5 inventions that came true. He dreamed of making electric submarines, newscasts, a taser, skywriting, and video conferencing, and all of those 5 items came true. Jules Verne wrote many short playwrights as a young man, including Alexandre VI La Conspiration des Poudres, La Cour de Rabelais, and Don Galore. Jules Verne was given the nickname the Father of Science because of his great ideas, inventions, and science fiction stories. Everyone respects his amazing works. The Steam House is a famous book written by Jules Verne. The novel is about a variety of French and English men traveling through India by elephant, but the elephant is no ordinary elephant. The elephant really has an engine inside of it, and it runs on steam. From the Earth to the Moon is a very famous book Jules Verne wrote. The book is about the Baltimore Gun Club, a post-American Civil War society of weapon experts. They attempt to build a giant space gun with 3 people that fly in it to the moon. All 3 of those people are the president of the club, his armor-making rival, and a French poet. Jules Verne wrote a very famous book about traveling into the unknown depths of the ocean. This book is called 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and it is one of his most famous books yet. Captain Nemo, the captain of the Nautilus, goes on an underwater adventure to find a mysterious sea monster that has been seen by many previous ships in the story. Verne wrote a very famous book called Around the World in 80 Days. The book is about Phileas Fogg, a rich Englishman who attempts to travel around the world in 80 days. He is on a budget of 20,000 euros only and is accompanied by his valet employee. Jules Verne wrote a very famous book called The Mysterious Island. The book is about 5 Americans who find an uncharted island in the South Pacific. They decide to go explore the island while encountering many challenges. Jules Verne wrote a very famous book called A Floating City. A floating city is about a woman who is on board a ship with her husband. She then finds the man she really loves on board too. Jules Verne wrote a very famous series called The Extraordinary Voyages. The series is about a whole bunch of books, including A Journey to the Center of the Earth, 5 Weeks in a Balloon, From the Earth to the Moon, and lots of other books too. Jules Verne wrote a very famous series that included 54 novels. That series was called The Extraordinary Voyages, and it was his longest series ever. The novels were also the longest that took to be published, and it was his most famous series too. Jules Verne created many famous inventions, but this undersea lodge was created in honor of him. This lodge resembled many of his crazy ideas, and that's why it was built for him. The lodge is located in Florida, and it is a hotel that is underwater. In order to get down there, you must scuba dive down into the hotel. Jules Verne wrote his first book called 5 Weeks in a Balloon. The book is about a man named Dr. Samuel Ferguson, who goes on a trek across the African continent. He's accompanied by his manservant Joe and his fellow friend Dick Kennedy. They travel across in a hot air balloon full of hydrogen. Jules Verne wrote a very famous book called A Journey to the Center of the Earth. A Journey to the Center of the Earth is about a German scientist who thinks that there are volcanic tubes in a volcano in Iceland. He and his nephew go and explore the volcano, along with the help of their guide, Hans. Jules Verne wrote many poems. All three ones I am listing are in French, which are Le Génie, La Nuit, Hésitation, and La Fille de l'air.